Hey peeps, how we doing? Happy Monday, happy Monday. Super bright and early to get this done today. I don't know if anyone is going to be able to join me at this time. Some of you might be up getting ready for work. Some of you will be across the world, so it'll be evening. So who knows? So I am going to, hopefully my computer's taken a while to load up this morning, get you up on my computer. So if anyone does join us, if you've got questions as we go along, please just ask away, okay? So today is actually looking at a move called Holly Drop, and it's basically a combo, but it has a name of its own. So we start in a side pose, and how you get into side pose is completely up to you. And then we transition through a thigh hold into an inverted thigh hold into a scorpio or an inside leg hang. And I've had questions on this, like, I really struggle to get my arm through. So I thought we'd go through it today, and then give you something that you can work upon this with, okay? Like what you can do if you're really finding it hard to thread the arm through. So I'm just waiting for we're getting up now. We are getting up, so I'll see if anyone is here. If not, I will just crack on and then you can watch the replay. All right, peeps. So get rid of that. Let me set you up here. So, I can see a few people joined actually, which is really cool because I didn't know if anyone would join at this time of the morning. But I wanted to use my time more wisely, get that out of the way. And so I thought I'd switch it up and actually see if this would be more productive for the day. Hence why we're nice and early, and we're going to do this every day. So for the week. So I'll see you each morning, which is going to be fantastic. Such a great way to set up your day. Right, here we go. Hey Tanisha, it's great to have you here. Now I wouldn't expect anything less for you to be up, lovely. Well, welcome. Awesome. Okay, so Holly Drop. Holly Drop is definitely classed as an intermediate move, but there's lots of stuff that you can do as a beginner to help you prep for this, okay? Because there's, like, for example, a side pose is a beginner move. So this is how working in levels is going to be really beneficial if you don't already work in levels, because you'll have mastered some things before you get to this particular move or this particular transition, if you like. So this one, like I said, it's called Holly Drop. I'm going to show you what it looks like first. Hopefully I can get myself all in screen. Sometimes I landed a Scorpio in a funny position, so it might not be the best for you, but you'll get the idea, if you know what I mean. Hey, Bud, how you doing? It's lovely to have you here. You're an hour in front, aren't you? So it's not quite 7, it's 8 o'clock for you. Much more reasonable. You know me, early bird? Yes, absolutely. Got to be an early bird. It actually feels good, doesn't it? That's why I wanted to swap to the morning, because even though I get up in the morning, I wanted a reason to get up and dressed, you know, because sometimes I get up out of bed, I may go and have a drink, and then I'll sit down and then I'll plan my day and I might not be dressed. And I was like, no, I need to get up, I need to get dressed, and I need to feel motivated to go and get awake and powerfully, you know, be productive. So I was like, right, that's it. Let's see what the mornings bring. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. It is a lot colder here now in the UK. I'm not ready for it, but, you know, it means the socks come out. Oh my God, I'm all in black and white today. This is not very colourful, is it? Hey, I'm going to put you up here. It's not very colourful at all. I quite like my colours. I don't know what's going on here. Right, you wait until tomorrow. We'll have some colour back. Okay, right, let me see. Here we go. So I'm going to go into an invert and go into a side pose. You can do a side climb, okay? Whatever works for you. So, okay, hopefully you caught that. So I go from a side pose and then I transition into an inside leg hang, or I call it a Scorpio, okay? So what do you need to know? You need to be comfortable with your bracket grip side pose. You either need to be side climbing up or you're inverting. Hopefully you're at an intermediate level, because you hopefully would have known Scorpio or inside leg hang. And like I said, you can prep these from the ground. Good morning, Jennifer. This is a beautiful. Where do you get those socks? These are actually compression socks. Where did I get these? I think I bought them online somewhere for my nan, but they were too small for her feet, and I was like, give them back. I'll use them, no problem. So yeah, I'm not quite sure where these particular ones came from. Where else do I normally buy socks from? Peacocks. Peacocks, I quite like Peacocks. Yeah, I think it's because it's the closest shop to me anyway, from my house. So just pop in there, get some socks. I'm a sock girl. So that is Holly drop. So starting in a side pose, then we transition into like an inverted thigh hold, and then we go into your scorpio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that move, and I'm going to break it down, the transition. So I'm going to go as slow as I can. So that called a Holly drop, you're meant to make it look like a drop. So it is meant to be quite quick. However, you can actually transition and build your confidence up with this move, transitioning slowly. Yeah. So I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to get into that side pose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it from a side climb now, okay? Just to show you that actually you don't need to invert to be able to get into the first move. So. Okay. So side pose, bracket grip, okay? So from here, inside hand comes off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep sliding this bottom hand down, and I'm actively keeping this leg in. Then because my hips are facing towards you, I need them to turn to face the pole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate, and what this leg will do, calf will go up onto the pole, and I'm going to squeeze the inner thigh in. So as my hand goes down, the only thing that it will naturally want me to do is turn into the pole. So I'm going to turn, keep actively squeezing the calf onto the pole, squeeze this leg in, so we're in your inverted thigh hold. You should naturally be able to take your hand off. Okay, the inside, what was your inside hand, is going to come straight across, so you're going to twist the body and squeeze the inner arm on. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a big circle with this leg. This is where we're going to spin slightly and bring that leg down towards the floor. Now I've landed in a really awkward position for you. Does this make sense? Okay, so like I said, you can transition really slowly. Super beneficial to make sure you have mastered each of those moves, so that when you transition into it, it makes sense to you. It feels normal because you've done it before. Does this make sense? Now, one of the questions I had was I'm struggling to get my arm through, like I can't get it under my arm to get into a scorpio. So if you are struggling with that, it may be that you just lack a bit of mobility. Maybe you just don't have the ability to twist the torso, and so we need to work off the pole. I mean, you can work on the pole and you could keep practicing and it would improve, but there's lots of things that you can do off the pole to help you. Don't ever think I've gone from a side climb to a Gemini. Side climb to a Gemini? Oh, do you call it a Gemini? Inside leg hand. The whole transition's called a Holly drop. I'm pretty sure I've seen you do it before, Jen. Pretty sure. Good. I'm glad it makes sense. Fantastic. Fabulous. All right. So, yes. So when you transitioned, like I said, the hooked leg. So Scorpio is a funny one or inside leg hand, because some people bend the leg so you've got a gap behind the knee. I think about pulling all the calf on. So depending on how you have learned Scorpio or inside leg hang will depend how the position of your leg, okay? So because it's a hooked, if you're aiming to keep it hooked when you do an inside leg hang, then you're going to try and keep that leg down. If you're like me and an inside leg hang is calf on, then the leg's going to raise up. So whatever feels comfortable for you, because it will be something you've done before, go with that, okay? Now, like I said, when you transition, when you go from that inverted thigh hold and then you've got the calf on and you've got your arm through and you go into that inside leg hang, you're going to spin slightly. And this is where most people fall off, okay? The reason why most people fall off is because the leg on the pole they're not activating the leg on the pole, so they're not actively squeezing that calf on. And not just the calf, I also think about pointing the toes and keeping the heel to the side of the pole. If you just let momentum allow you to just turn on the pole, the leg's going to come off. You have to squeeze like anything, that heel to the side of the pole to keep you on. Does this make sense? So let's go through it again. and I'll talk you through that a little bit. So once you've transitioned arm through, we're going to go through arm work with that torso twist, because it is a torso twist, how you can work on that if you're struggling with that, and then what's going on with the leg. Okay, so let's go this side. Okay, so from here, slide, 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 rotate, 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 rotate. Calf is going up, squeezing the thigh in. You should be able to release. Hand comes through, and I'm really trying to reach through to squeeze with the inner arm, so it's up high. Then this leg, as I turn, I'm squeezing the heel. I don't know if you can actually see my heel. Let me come down a little bit. So from here, I'm pulling that heel in, keeping it locked as I sweep my leg around. So I'm going to spin ever so slightly, but I'm keeping my heel on the pole. And I'm going to squeeze my butt to lower that leg even further down. Okay, and I'm still squeezing with my inner arm, which is why I'm locked. Okay, does that make sense? Cool, okay. So if you're working on this move, transition slowly, work through it, get your confidence up with it, put your crash mats down. And then, if you, like I said, if you're struggling with that arm through, let's work on the twisting motion, okay? So I'm just going to stick you down here. Okay. So if you think about where we are going to work on twisting through. So we can just start in an all-four position, and then from here, we're going to take one arm, we're going to take it underneath the other, and I'm going to think about the shoulder coming towards the floor. So through, I'm turning, so I'm taking my chest to face the direction. I'm going to slide through, I'm sliding away and placing the shoulder down. So do it this side. Slide through, some twisting, slide, 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 slide. Let's go further away with that arm. So you're not just here and sinking down, you're taking that arm further through. Can you see that I'm twisting this upper part of my body? So you're going to feel that. You should feel it, even if you can't get the shoulder down right now, because if you're struggling with that, that might be, you might struggle with this on the floor, but it'll give you a guide of how to work on it, give you somewhere to progress with it, so you can go, okay, I'm not getting my shoulder down right now, that's my first aim. So you're trying to slide away, slide and twist, so I do bend the other arm, slide, 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 yeah? So the other ones you can work on, side onto the floor. Okay, you can keep the top leg down, you can keep both knees together, whatever works for you. A lot of people like the top knee down because it forces you to try and keep that knee to the floor and not move it. So from here, top arm, I'm going to open up. Okay, can you see how I'm twisting the spine? Same thing as what we're doing on the pole. So I'm just going to open up, open up, open up, trying to aim for the shoulder to go down. We're keeping this knee down on the floor. Okay, so if I turn the other way so you can see what my arm is doing, you may have a side that you prefer, so you might have like one side that feels more bendy than the other, and that may become down to like general day-to-day practices, like, you know, if you're right-handed, you do a lot of stuff with your right side, so your left side might be weaker, as an example, okay? So I'm on my hip, knee is down, I've got my hands together, and then I'm going to take the top arm up. I'm looking at the arm, I'm keeping the knee down. You can even hold the knee down as you're working towards getting the shoulder towards the floor. Okay, so you're not allowing yourself to roll like this, keeping that knee on the floor. You may find you only get here. That's okay. This will give you a good starting point, and then you can work down. So whenever you're tracking your progress, always set up your camera to be at the same angle as you did for all your pictures, so that it's more realistic and easier to see whether you're progressing or not. If I did my photos here and the next time photos up here, it's going to look like I'm flat even if I'm not. Yeah, does that make sense? So those are some great ones that you can add if you're struggling to twist through, to squeeze with the inner arm. So work on that. So you can still practice your side pose into your inverted thigh hold, and then obviously do some of these on the floor first. See if you can reach your arm through. If you can't reach your arm through and you're struggling to get the grip, you can just place your hands down into a handstand and dismount, okay? Or you can slide out, swan dive, whatever that you want to do to come out of that move. But at least you can practice the first bit until you've got the last bit sorted, and then you can put it all together. Does this make sense? Yeah? Give that a go. Let me see if we've got any questions. These are good. I use it as part as my shoulder mobility. Yes, mobility work is something we've concentrated in UPP too. A little bit more. I've actually add mobility sessions in because I feel like a lot of people were struggling with that. So guys, if you are struggling, you don't know what to do and how to do it, then you always consider the program. But otherwise you can just run with what I'm giving you today. Good morning, Daniela. How you doing? I have to wait for the version with the titles in. Oh, bless you. Yes. This way looks good. I'll pop it on my list. Fantastic. Oh, thanks, Kimmy. I'm glad you're finding it helpful. So you're a good instructor, great instructor. Thank you. You'll give me a big head though. So yeah, give that a go. I'm not going to keep going on about it because I do this thing where I repeat myself. I don't need to repeat myself. I've given you the information that you need. The most important thing is the active heel squeeze in. So you squeeze that calf in to stop you spinning off. It will slow you down as well then. And obviously make sure you get the arm through. So you're going into this position through grip. Then you'll be able to turn, okay? Make sure you've got the grip first before you rotate. Give it a go, yeah? Alrighty, right. I hope you enjoyed this. It's great to have you on here. It's really awesome to have you on here at this time in the morning. So yeah, we'll definitely do it again tomorrow. See you then. Have a great day. Bye.